Hi, guys, and welcome to the Truth Factor, where we do headlines with an attitude. We have just a few headlines that have come out this morning. Nothing, urgent. Just wanted to get them out. Get ready for church. So let's cover these like really quick. Like the one about the shipping is the big breaker. The other are kind of like just real opinion pieces, except for the news coming from Germany, and we'll cover that in a minute. Okay, so World Hal Turner radio show, boom, MSC, world's largest container shipping company, halts all Red Sea transit. So the Houthis in Yemen have done the impossible. The MSC, the world's largest shipping company, has announced that it will not sail through the Red Sea. They made this decision because other container ships have been attacked and seriously damaged by the Houthis in Yemen, firing missiles and drones at any vessel traveling to or from Israel. Yemen is conducting these attacks because Israel is slaughtering Palestinians in Gaza Strip. This is utterly massive blow to logistic supply lines. This will result in sudden and very sharp disruption to the global supply chains. A spike in inflation is to be immediately expected as goods become scarce from lack of severely delayed shipment. COVID had already disrupted logistic lines, and many countries are unable to control the rising prices of goods. With the MSC announcing on a Saturday that they are not sailing through the Red Sea, they joined Mars Haploid, CGM, and others, bringing a full 50% of global container ships off limits for the Red Sea for travel. Is there any wonder why the U.S. is sending the USS Dwight Eisenhower aircraft carrier toward Yemen? And I do have that article, but we're going to cover this next article, guys, right here. This here is from War News 247, and it says the war canceled in Germany. It's a state of emergency and Europe's preparation for war with Russia. Statement by Scholz and Pistorius. Germany's defense minister Boris Pistorius, a German chancellor Olaf Scholz, revealed in Bundestag that Europe must be rearmed immediately as war with Russia looms. These statements were made after the war council meeting in which all the services of the German state participated. Indeed, in his statements, the Social Democrat German Chancellor Olaf Scholz revealed that it has been agreed to declare a state of emergency in Germany in the event of Ukraine's defeat. Today, German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius hit back, saying Europe has 5 to 8 years to rearm, after which it is likely will face war with Russia. We have 5 to 8 years to catch up in terms of military, industry, and society, Boris Pistorius said. According to him, the United States will likely reduce its military presence in the continent in the near future. On December 14th, the German Chancellor Office admitted that in the event of a military collapse in Kyiv, Berlin would have to declare a state of emergency in the country. The German Chancellor told the Bundestag, we agreed that we will support Ukraine as long as necessary. This includes 8 billion euros in aid for equipment, programs, financial aid, and more than 6 billion euros to support Ukrainian refugees in Germany. There is also something else. If the situation worsens as a result of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, for example, because the situation at the front will worsen, because other supporters will reduce their aid, Ukraine, or because the threat to Germany and Europe will continue to grow, we should answer. We have already agreed that the decision in such situation will be taken by Bundestag. We will also activate Article 115 of the Basic Law, which allows the declaration of an emergency. According to Moscow, such serious statements by German defense minister can be explained by two factors. The first is the fear now caused by Russian army, which after almost 2 years of war in Ukraine has become stronger and more technologically advanced. In addition, the armed forces of the Russian Federation have gained a lot of experience in conducting combat operations that no other army in the world currently possess. The second factor that undoubtedly pushes Germany and the EU countries to prepare for war is the realization of their guilt for what is happening in Ukraine. They believe that sooner or later the Russians will come for them. Russia will need 6 years to prepare its military for a direct conflict with NATO. This was the conclusion reached by German Association of Foreign Policy. German analysts have said that if this conflict in the Ukraine freezes or Moscow wins, the Russia will need 6 years to prepare for a direct conflict with NATO. During this period, the Russian industry, already transferred to war footing, will be able to produce as many weapons as will be enough for a war with the countries of the alliance. As two German analysts, Christian Molg and Torben Schutz, have said, Europe has very little time to prevent a new war. Even after almost 2 years of war in Ukraine, Russia's military potential is greater despite the losses they have suffered. Europe, and Germany in particular, has little time to rearm, and the Baltic countries, so that their deterrent potential exceeds Russia's offensive capabilities. The window for a possible Russian attack will open once Russia has the impression that an attack, for example, in the Baltic might be successful. Moscow will be able to rapidly increase its military capabilities, and a military conflict could become the cause of a large-scale conflict between Russia and NATO with the Baltic states, said German analysis. Anyway, I think it's crazy to hear that they're already kind of preparing for war. Anyway, so back kind of to the bigger of the stories, I think, for right now. Not that that's not a big story, but all the news that's taken place in the Red Sea, right? And we have naval deployments hint at another agenda, not Israel. The map below is showing the U.S. and the Allied naval deployments in the area of the Middle East reveal the deployments are utterly massive. The ships are allegedly there in support of Israel to assure no other countries get involved over Israel's genocide in Gaza. What if there's another purpose? What if the U.S. has decided that since Saudi Arabia is leading OPEC into de-dollarization sales of oil, that the Saudis must be wiped from power? What if the U.S. and our allies are there not for Israel, but to literally take the Middle East, almost all of it, and wipe away OPEC and Muslim terrorism in one fell swoop? That's a lot of what ifs, isn't it? But there's a lot of there's a lot of manpower there too, guys. You can see by the diagram there. If you look at how our ships are deployed, we could take all of Saudi Arabia very quickly. Qatar, Bahrain, the United Arab Emirates would fall in days. What if the U.S. decides to claim publicly that it was Saudis who financed the attacks of 9/11 and it was the other Arab nations that financed ISIS, then push that as a narrative to justify taking them all out? What if we decided to start claiming it would get rid of Muslim terrorism worldwide in one fell swoop? What if we claim, in addition to 9/11, the OPEC has been violating the Sherman Antitrust Act by illegally fixing prices on oil for decades, and we in the U.S. are harmed every day by that? What if we point out that the Saudis have broken the petrodollar agreement and say that they are actively trying to destroy our currency by breaking the petrodollar and joining BRICS, and that such actions are in fact economic warfare being levied against the USA? Might the American people buy those reasons? Oh, and in the end, all that oil would be ours. Interesting things happen when I allow my mind to wander. He's funny, isn't he? There's a lot of what ifs, right? We could what if here all day if we wanted to, but I will say that it is interesting to see all of these ships over here. All right, then we have this one here also from Hal Turner. Silly Yemen, they have no idea at all the trouble coming for them. Above is a satellite image as the U.S. Dwight the Eisenhower aircraft carrier en route to the area of Yemen to confront the Houthis over their attacks against international shipping and commerce. The map below shows the approximate range between the Eisenhower and the area of Yemen from which the Houthis are launching attacks. Here's the Eisenhower, there's the launch site. In less than one day, the Eisenhower and its 90 or so strike aircraft will be well within comfortable range of the Houthi stronghold. Guess who's coming to dinner? Interfering in global commerce is a big no-no. I suspect the Houthis are about to be taught that lesson in a very terse manner. Wow. Anyway, I think the next few days could be interesting, if that is indeed true. Anyway, guys, good morning, Carol. How are you? Yeah, no one is doing this alone. Absolutely, Carol. What if it is true? It is a big what if, isn't it? A lot of what ifs this morning. We'll have to keep our eyes and ears open for any and all information. And sometimes it has to, the information comes out quickly and sometimes it's gone before you go back. So if you guys get something that you think is credible, you might want to video copy it, screenshot it, take a video of it, do whatever you have to do to archive it to keep it, because sometimes that information goes poof. I've seen it happen here even all too fast. Anyway, God is good. I love you all. I do. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Definitely be praying for logistics, guys. This is not good in the Red Sea. Anyway, we love you. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day, Miss Carol. Bye.